Greetings, family. Empress D in prime location, nature. I hope everybody is well and getting themselves out in nature. Trust me, especially if you're in a warmer climate right now, you have no excuse. Love yourself enough to do that for yourself, family, and to make it a priority, right? So today, I just wanted to talk about what my perspective is of what we are living in. So I don't know if you would agree with me, but since 2020, we as a collective have been going through calamity after calamity after calamity. Within the last 5-year span, I think there's been 3 wars. Yeah, 3 wars. Three wars in 5 years. We've had a pandemic. We've had multiple scandals. We've had the collapse and the questioning of many institutions, including medicine. It's been a hot mess, family. For those of us who have lived more than 5 years on this planet, I think we can attest to the fact that prior to the last 5 years, life was pretty steady. Calamities and crazy events were few and far between. But since 2020, they've been occurring one after the other, family. Now, if you think that's by chance, I hate to burst your bubble. Right now, family, what's playing out on the planet is a plan. Nothing spontaneous is happening right now. The world leaders and politicians, some of the large platformed alternative media are all working simultaneously to execute a plan. If you look at the World Economic Forum's website, their plan is by 2030, you will own nothing and be happy. So that is the collective goal for the globe. Okay, according to the World Economic Forum. And we have to keep in mind, the World Economic Forum is very important to focus on because many of the world leaders are students of the World Economic Forum and have at some point been a part of it. So tell me this now. How is it possible to think that what has been transpiring is by accident or spontaneous events? They said it. They announced it in 2020. By 2030, you will own nothing and be happy. So in order to get there, we have to go through a certain process. And this is what's happening. It's the controlled demolition of our societies, family. And I don't know, to me, it's plain and clear as day. But I'm suspecting that it's very clear to me because I'm very still. The majority of us are so busy. We're working 8 hours a day, plus our commute, plus if we try to get the gym in, plus if our children have after school stuff. There's no time to even think about what's going on around you. You have to kind of focus on and hone all your energy into the multiple tasks that you have to do daily in order to accomplish what you are committed to, right? To fulfill your commitments. it's the way that society is constructed, and the way that we're expected to exist and live every day is not conducive to recognizing what's going on around us, right? So I've been fortunate or unfortunate, you could look at it either way. Well, I think it's fortunate. I've been very fortunate to be still for the last few years. But even if family, when I was working my regular schedule, I made time every day for nature. I'm sorry. I did. And I also made time for my like nothing is different in terms of, like I exercised and I went to nature and I meditated even when I was working regularly, family. So it's not that because I'm still that I'm able to do these things. I think it's my mindset. Like I've said in previous videos, in 2020, my mindset took a whole beeline because my eyes were open. They said in 2020, vision was 2020, and it was real, at least for me. In 2020, the veil was lifted, and I was able to start to see reality for what it really is, and our societies for what they really are. This is all by design. There's so much proof. They know how to manipulate masses of human beings. They've known how to do this forever, and that's what they're doing with all of this that's going on around us, right? And it's for us to stop and recognize that they are implementing an agenda. And the only way they're successful in implementing that agenda is if we all follow their plan. So the key is, once we become aware that there's something going on that they're doing that's just not right, and essentially violating our principles as sovereign human beings, we're not saying anything. We're just going along with it. And many of us cheering it on, right? You should not have a right to refuse a new experimental so-called vaccine. No, you have to take it to be part of society, because you're going to kill your grandmother, or you're a disgusting human being. You're selfish and you're an anti-vaxxer. Like, and see, to me, that's why people don't want to go back and reflect at 2020, because if they have to look at their behavior during that time, they feel shame. And that's why most people want to just forget that period had ever happened. But I don't know that we should be so lucky. Humanity is going to have to face its shadow. And we're going to have to face ourselves, family, and the choices that we've made. And so at the end of the day, I really want to enforce on the fact that this is our experience. We don't have to. This is our experience. So let me use myself as an example. Like, I'm recognizing that the majority of things around us are intended to have us think a certain way, including the alternative media, right? The so-called truthers or whatever that are exposing the pedophile ring and Pizzagate and all of these things. But at the end of the day, I feel like everything out there is meant to steer your perception one way or the other. And that's why it's so important to go within and in fact be able to govern and guide yourself. Because anytime you look to an external source for guidance or for validation or for anything, you're at their mercy. And so in every aspect, we should learn to be sovereign. And that's what I love about planet Earth. It's the duality of it. Mastering planet Earth is learning to be sovereign in every aspect, while at the same time interacting harmoniously with others, right? It's the integration of mastering the interpersonal relationship, meaning the relationship between people, each other, like different people, and the intrapersonal, that relationship with yourself. Anyway, that's what's up, family. This is all one big old illusion, okay? All of it, all of the manipulation. We don't even know if, like, we don't know what's happening, family. It's a lot of manipulation happening, and especially if you tune into all of it and follow every aspect of it, and it's hard not to. Don't get me wrong, I tend to follow the different, and I like to be informed as well, and I think it is important to be informed in terms of following the details and the aspects of the goings on, the trial, the war here, the this, the that. Absolutely, we need to keep abreast, but it has to be a balance, right? Because all of that is intended to shape our reality, or our opinion on something. It's always something. It's to take our attention away from ourselves. And that's why it's a balance, right? Anyway, thank you for taking the time to listen, family. Look at it's such a beautiful day. The weather's so strange. If there's no cloud cover, it's like scorching hot, and as soon as a little bit of cloud goes over, it cools right down. The sun is different, family, trust me. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to listen. I love and I value each and every one of you. One love.